Hey there, welcome back to the Codersarts channel. Today, we will explore the Gemma 3 multimodal using Python. It is a multimodal with 4 billion parameters. We will see how effective it is for image understanding and multilingual analysis. This is second part of the tutorial series. If you would like to follow along, you can refer to part 1. Now let's look at an introduction to the Gemma 3 multimodal. Gemma 3 Multimodal is a lightweight open source AI model from Google DeepMind that can understand both text and images. Gemma 3 refers to the third major generation of the Gemma models. 4B indicates that the model has approximately 4 billion parameters. The model is capable of processing both images and text. It can describe images, answer questions about images, and also supports multilingual capabilities. In the previous tutorial, we set up the environment for the Gemma model and then downloaded and initialized it. In this tutorial, we will explore its capabilities, such as image understanding. We will provide the model with an image of two dogs and evaluate the quality of its response. In the next tutorial, we will further explore its image understanding capabilities with new examples. We will identify architectural landmarks, test multilingual capabilities, and perform text extraction. Now, let's jump into the Collab notebook and start exploring the Gemma model. This is where we left off in part 1, and we will continue from this point. We can go to the next cell. It is a markdown cell, and we will write experiment 1, which is identifying the animals. We will make this bold. We'll create another cell, which is a code cell. And here we will preview the image on which we are performing the operation. Let's save the changes. So it has saved successfully. And now we will display the image for this particular experiment. And to do that, we will write define display image. And then we will provide the image path. Then we will enter this function. After doing this, we'll write image. And then we will write PLT emirate. Then we will here provide the image path. So with the help of this line, we will read the image. And then we will write plt.imshow image. So here, this part of code, it is used simply to tell the matplotlib about what to draw. And then the next line, which is plt.axis, which is set to off. And here what we are doing is that we are turning off the axis number and ticks. So on the images, there are axis numbers or ticks that are displayed at the corner of the images. And with the help of this line, we are turning them off. And now we will write plt.show, which will show the image. So here in this line, it is telling the matplotlib what to draw. And here it is actually showing the image. And as we can see, it displays the underscore under this PLT. And this is because we have not imported the matplotlib as it is mentioned here. So we will simply paste this here and we will execute this. So we have successfully imported the matplotlib library. And here is our PLT. So here we have imported the matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. And after this, it will not show any underscore here. Now we will execute this as well. We will go to the next cell and display the first image. And to do that, we will write image underscore path. Then we will set the image path of this first image to this variable. And after that, we will call display image and image path. Then we will execute this. And here is our image. It has two dogs. Let's save the changes again. and create a new cell here. And as we have discussed before, this multimodal receives the input as image as well as text. So we have to create the user message, which will contain the image as well as text. So let's do that. We will write define generate model response, and then we will pass the model, and then we will pass it the image path, then text query about the image, and then we will write max new tokens. Now we will enter this function. The first response is model here, which will receive the Gemma model as a input. And after that, it receives the image path, and then it also receives the text query. And this text query is the question we want the model to answer about the image. And then we have the max new tokens, which is the token limits to limit the response length. And the default value will be 200. I will explain this in a little more detail soon. Now we will go inside the function again. And now we will create a user message that we will pass to the pipeline. This model parameter is actually a pipeline that loads the Gemma 3 multimodal, which takes images and text as input and generate text outputs such as descriptions, explanations, or answers about the image. So we will write here user message and set it to a list. And then this list contains a dictionary. This dictionary contains the first element as role. So we will write role. Then this is set to user, which specifies that this is a user message. Then we will create another element, which is content. And this content key is set to a list. So we will create a list here. Then we will create a dictionary here, which has type as the first key. And we will specify that this is an image type. And now you have to provide the URL of the image, which is set to image path. And same for the other one, which is set to, which is of type text, and it is set to the query. This is redundant, so we can simply remove this. So in here, we are defining a user message in which the role is set to user, which means that this is a user message. And then in the content of this message, we have a type, meaning that what type of content is in the message. So first type is image, and we are providing the URL of the image here, which is set to this parameter. And then we are providing the text query here, which is of type text. And we are creating the message like this because the Gemma model expects the input to be in this format. Now we will write response, and we will write model, which is actually a pipeline which contains the model to perform the inference. And then we will pass the text here, which is user message. Then we will pass the max token, which is set to 200. And after doing this, what we will do is that then we will write display, and we will show this in a markdown format. In the response, the index 0 contains this key called generated text. And in generated text, we have to look at the final index, and this final index contains the content key, and this content key contains our final response. We call the markdown class, which receives the model output string, which means that the response generated by the Gemma model is in string format. Using the markdown class mentioned in the code, the string is converted into markdown format. The markdown formatted text is then passed into the display function so that it is rendered into a user-friendly manner. For example, the string output and the markdown formatted text may contain words or phrases highlighted using asterisks to denote keywords or phrases. And display function renders those keywords and phrases as bold text. So we are providing the user message to the pipeline, which contains the model to perform the inference. And here we are defining the max new tokens, which contains the number of tokens the response will have. So we have defined the 200 tokens here. As a result, the response is limited to a maximum of 200 tokens. If we ask what is token, then a token is a small piece of text that a language model reads and writes instead of full words. So it can be a whole word, for example, cat. It can be a part of word. For example, we have a word playing. In the word playing, the word play is a token, and the punctuation can also be a token, or even a space can also be a token. So the model is allowed to generate at most 200 tokens in its reply. So let's save the changes here. Now that we have created this function, but there is something we want to also add in this function, which is the time for inference. So it is the time for the Gemma model to generate the output. So let's add this inference time. So we'll write here start time. Then we will use the time library, and then we will call the time operation. So with the help of this call, we will get the start time. After doing this, what we will do is that we will create a variable called end time. So let's do that. We'll write here end time. So it has already provided the end time here. And instead of this return statement, we will simply write print, then f string, we'll write inference time. This is simply the end time minus the start time, and this will provide us with the inference time. Now let's execute the cell. So now this function is completed. We will go to the another cell and execute this. So first we will define a variable called text query, which says what you can see in this image. So this is our text query, and we will pass this text query to the generate model response. So let's do that. We will write generate model response, and then we will pass the Gemma model image path as well as the text query here. And as the max new tokens is set to 200, which is a default value, so we do not need to pass here again. So we'll simply execute this. And here it says time is not defined. So first we have to define the time. Let's define the time here. For time, and now it is executing. This will take a few seconds, which is why I will fast forward this video. So it took about 20.85 seconds to generate the result. And it says that here is a breakdown of what I can see in this image. So the main subjects are two dogs, which is correct. And there are two adorable dogs in this image, both are actively running. The first dog is Corgi on the left with a reddish brown coat and white markings on its leg. It's smiling and seems very energetic. And we can see that here it has a white mark on its leg. It has brown coat. It is indeed Corgi. And here it says that the Yorkai is on the right, just dashing towards the camera. It has fluffy gray and tan coat. We can see it is correct that it has fluffy gray and tan coat. And it also gives us information about the setting and background. So it says it has a dirt road. Two dogs are running on a dirt road or gravel road, which is correct. And it says that it is rural landscape. And the image has a warm golden hour lightning effect, likely from the sun setting or rising. So which is also correct. So we can see that this model gives a very satisfactory result. We have successfully performed inference on the first image, which features two dogs. The model not only provides detailed information about the two dogs, but also describes other parts of the image clearly and accurately. This concludes this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will explore the Gemma model with more examples. Until then, happy learning. If you need help with your projects, have difficulty learning these concepts, or want to deepen your understanding of how things like this work, Coders Arts is here to support you. We offer personalized project assistance, one-to-one live sessions, help with building AI-related applications, and full development and deployment services. Visit us at www.codersarts.com or reach out directly at contact@codersarts.com. You will also find our LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook handles linked in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out our latest tutorials. Thank you.